Good day, everyone. So our topic for today is all about the ideal reheat Rankine cycle. So when you say ideal reheat Rankine cycle, so dito tayo nag-start sa Rankine cycle. So for we to be able to increase the efficiency ng mga boiler to be able to increase the efficiencies of pressure, we introduced another system na tinatawag nating reheat. So ano ba yung tinatawag nating reheat na yon? So how can we take advantage of the increased efficiencies at higher boiler pressures without facing the problem of excessive moisture at the final stage of the turbine? So di ba yung Rankine cycle natin is just a complete cycle lamang wherein wherein a boiler produces steam, and that steam, high pressure steam, will go through a turbine. Yun yung makikreate ng electricity, ng mechanical energy that is converted to electrical energy or kung ano man. Then after that, pupunta siya dun sa condenser, tapos papunta sa pump, papunta ulit sa boiler. Now, for we to be able to increase the efficiency ng pressure, ano ba ang pwede natin panggawin? Number one is to superheat the steam to very high temperature. This is a limited metallurgical lamang. Kasi, ano ba ang ibig sabihin nito? Diba yung steam na na-produce ng Rankine cycle is superheated vapor. So if you're going to increase more your temperature, the tendency of your boiler, hindi na niya mahiheat yung kanyang, kumbaga, overheated, hindi na siya superheated, overheated temperature. So meaning, each boiler has its own capacity, and their capacity is based on their highest temperature produced. So if you're going to superheat it more, hindi kaya ng boiler itaas yung temperature. Kaya siya ay limited lamang. And number two, you have utilizing a reheat process inside the Rankine cycle. So ito yung ini-introduce natin. We're going to reheat yung steam para mas makapag-produce ng more superheated steam para magkaroon ng mas mataas na boiler pressure. In ideal reheat Rankine cycle, the expansion process takes place in two stage. In first stage, which is the high pressure turbine, steam is expanded isentropically. Please take note, the steam is expanded isentropically to an intermediate pressure and sent back to the boiler where it is reheated at constant pressure, usually to the inlet temperature of the first turbine stage. Steam that then expands isentropically again in the second stage, which is in low pressure turbine, to the condenser pressure. So ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Let's convert this into a TS diagram. So for your TS diagram and your schematic diagram here, di ba yung Rankine cycle natin is from the boiler to your high pressure turbine, going to your condenser, going to your pump. Now we're going to introduce a reheat method. In reheat method, you have your boiler that the superheated vapor will pass through the high pressure turbine. Then the exhaust of that pressure is being reheated to the boiler. Therefore, it will going back to the boiler. And then, once it reheated, punta ulit siya sa high pressure turbine, papunta na siya sa low pressure turbine. And then yung low pressure turbine na yon, syempre, kaya naging ito ay high pressure, lahat kasi ito yung kauna-unahang dadaanan niya ng turbine. As the steam goes through the high pressure turbine, bumababa yung pressure ng turbine. And bumababa yung pressure ng steam. So therefore, pag nagkaroon na siya ng build up ng pagbaba ng steam, mangyayari? Those superheated steam will be converted into saturated steam. And that saturated steam, siya yung papas na ngayon sa condenser. Ano bang purpose ng condenser? To turn the steam at to turn the material, like for example, to turn the steam from gas to liquid. So therefore, ang condenser, makukondense yung steam yung vapor, pupunta siya sa, magiging water ulit siya, and then ipapump ulit siya, papunta ulit sa boiler para mainitan. And the cycle repeats. Okay? Now, let's convert this schematic diagram to TS diagram. Now, in boiler, syempre, lalabas dyan is superheated steam. So, this is our superheated region. So, you have this at point 1, at a certain point in the superheated region. At point 1, kung papansin nyo, there is a build-up ng pagbaba ng pressure. So, therefore, at kung papansin nyo, constant temperature siya, pero bumaba siya ng pressure. Constant entropy siya, isentropically, tapos bumaba siya ng temperature kasi dumaan na siya sa turbine. So, yung superheated steam mo ay bumaba ang pressure, bumaba yung temperature. Then, we introduced a heat cycle, i-reheat ulit ang boiler to increase again your superheated steam. Kaya, tinan nyo at nagpantay siya doon sa point 1. Kasi, ibinalik natin yung low pressure steam na exhaust nitong high pressure turbine papunta ulit sa reheater. Then papunta ulit sa high pressure steam. And then after no high pressure steam, it will go through the low pressure turbine. So naging from superheated vapor, naging nasa saturated region na siya. So saturated vapor na siya. And paglabas natin sa 4, condensing pressure, condenser, naging na dito na from superheated vapor liquid mixture down to from saturated vapor liquid mixture down to saturated liquid vapor mixture. Di papunta dito, di syempre nag-subcooled na ulit kasi water na lang siya, papunta na ulit sa boiler at 0.6. And then magbi-build up ulit si boiler, papunta ulit sa pressure sa 0.1, which is your superheated vapor. So sa Rankine cycle, 'di ba sa Rankine cycle matandaan ninyo, we have 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.1 again. But here in ideal heat cycle, we have these two stage. The two stage na high pressure, then reheat, then second stage na high pressure ulit. So we have 1, 2 here. Sir, paano kung multi-stage? It can be multi-stage. So, madami dito. Kung tatlong stage, we have 3 dito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, tapos balik ulit sa 1. Now, ideal reheat cycle with one stage of reheating is composed of the following processes. Process 1 to 2 is the partial isentropic expansion in the turbine. Process 1 to 2. When you say isentropic, constant entropy. Constant pressure superheating in the reheater, ibig sabihin constant pressure na to. Kung bakit constant pressure, ito yon. Constant pressure, nire-reheat mo lamang. Okay? Constant pressure reheat, superheating in the reheater, 3 to 4, complete isentropic expansion in the turbine. So dito natapos yung process ng turbine from exit na siya sa low pressure turbine. And process 4 to 5, we have constant pressure rejection of heat in the condenser. And process 5 to 6, the adiabatic pumping process. Since diba dito yung pump natin, ang work ng pump is to pump water to the boiler. Yung boiler natin ay 0.6. Then, start ulit siya ng boiler, 6 to 1, constant pressure addition of heat in the boiler. So you have your heat addition, then you have your heat rejection here. Now, the single reheat, excuse me, the single reheat in modern power plant improves the cycle efficiency by 4 to 5% by increasing the average temperature at which heat is transferred to the steam. The average temperature during the reheat process can be increased by increasing the number of expansion and reheat stages. As the number of stages increase, the expansion and reheat process approach an isothermal process at a maximum temperature. The use of more than 2 reheat stages is not practical. The theoretical improvement in efficiency from the second reheat is about half of that which results from a single reheat. the reheat temperatures are very close or equal to the turbine inlet temperature. The optimum reheat pressure is about 1/4 of the maximum cycle pressure. Now, bakit ba tayo nagre-reheat? For we to be able to utilize the entire process in a Rankine cycle, we're going to introduce a reheater. Kasi, kapag hindi tayo naglagay ng reheat, sayang naman yung pwede nating ma-utilize doon sa steam. Kasi kung mapapansin niyo for a Rankine cycle, you have only a low pressure steam. High pressure steam. After that high pressure steam, punta na agad siya sa boiler. Why not we use a secondary turbine that can adapt those low pressure steams before we get it back to the boiler? So meaning, may high pressure steam ka, why not utilize mo yung magiging exhaust niya, which is yung low pressure steam, to another turbine before mapunta siya sa condenser. Kasi sayang yung isang process ng isang flow. Sayang yung yung energy kapag hindi ka nagkaroon ng low pressure. Kasi imagine from high pressure down to lower, from high pressure, papunta lang siya sa high pressure turbine, diretso na agad siya sa condenser. Sayang naman kasi meron pa ding pressure build up doon sa exhaust ng high pressure turbine. So, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng reheater, reheater para magkaroon ulit ng konting high pressure, para papunta naman sa low pressure, then papunta naman na sa condenser. Now, for the ideal reheat Rankine cycle, the average temperature at which heat is transferred during reheating increases as the number of reheat stages increases. So, the average temperature at which heat is transferred during the reheating increases as the number of reheat stages is increased. So, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, pag madaming stages yan, hindi madami tayong carrying reheat. Okay? Now, for the cycle analysis, let's derive formulas from every components of an ideal reheat cycle. Now, for the heat added, so you have your boiler down to your reheater. So you have your H6, you have your QB, which is your QB is heat ng boiler, H1 minus H6. Then for a given number of stages of reheating, so your Q added is equivalent to your QB plus the summation of Q reheat, RH. Ano ba yung QR? Di ba pag QR, yung reheat natin, you have your boiler, lahat ng inlet, tapos lahat ng outlet. So H2 pumasok sa boiler, tapos H3 QRH plus H3. So kaya mangyayari is QRH all over H3 minus H2. You applying the law of conservation of energy, lahat ng energy entering equals energy leaving. So ano nag-enter? H2. Anong lumabas? QRH plus H3. So you have to transpose. So your QRH would be H3 minus H2. Now for engineer work, you have your turbine work. Turbine work equals H1 minus H2 plus H3 minus H4. So you have H1 plus H3 plus H4. H1 plus H3 lamang equals H2 plus H4 plus WT. So, simplifying it up, finding your work ng turbine of H1 minus H2 plus H3 minus H4. Another means of determining engine work is by getting the sum of the work done by the steam during different stages of expansion. Or kaya work ng 1 to 2 plus work ng 3 to 4 na process. Parehas lang din ang sagot yan. Now, for the cycle analysis, for the heat rejected naman, so heat rejected naman is a condenser. So you have H5, we have H4 yung pumasok, lumabas sa H5 and your QR. Now, lahat na pumasok equals lahat ng lumabas. So H4 equals H5 plus QR. So therefore, your QR equals H4 minus H5. Now, for the pump work, work ng pump equals H6 minus H5. Or simply, your volume, specific volume ng 5, multiply by your pressure ng at state point 6 minus pressure at state point 5. Now, for the performance parameter, net cycle work or the work net would be your work na turbine minus your work ng pump, or equivalent to your QA minus QR. For the thermal efficiency, ganun pa din, you have your output all over your input. So your how much work do you produce all over to your input energy. So that is the efficiency of your cycle. For the steam rate, so we have 1060 all over your work net. Now, for the ideal reheat engine naman tayo. So you have your work ng turbine, H1 minus H2 plus H minus H4 yung kanina. So yun yung steam rate ng engine work ng turbine, 360 over WT. Energy chargeable against the engine, enthalpy of steam entering the engine minus enthalpy of saturated liquid at condensing temperature plus summation ng QRH. So therefore, you have H1 minus HF5 plus H3 minus H2. For the thermal efficiency, you have your work ng turbine all over your energy chargeable against the engine. And your heat rate, each heat rate equals your steam rate ng engine work, all multiply by your energy chargeable against the engine. Okay, let's try to solve this problem for you to be able to understand more the ideal reheat cycle. Now, an ideal reheat turbine with one stage of reheat receives steam at 8.0 megapascal, 480 degrees Celsius. Reheat pressure is 0.83 megapascal and exhaust pressure is 0.0007 megapascal. Sorry, 007 megapascal. The work is 1,559 kilojoule per kilogram and the thermal efficiency is 41.05%. Find the temperature of steam leaving the reheater. So, ang ating hahanapin daw is the temperature leaving the reheater lamang. So, hanggang 0.3 lamang tayo. Now, first things first, they're going to do is to draw the correct TS diagram. Now, the reheat turbine with one stage of reheat, please take note, one stage only, receives steam at 8.0 megapascal. So therefore, you have your steam at 8 megapascal. Now, at 480 degree Celsius. Now, reheat pressure is 0.83 megapascal. Ito yung reheat natin. Anong temperature niya? So, yun yung hahanapin natin later. Kasi wala siya binigay. And exhaust pressure, reheat pressure and exhaust pressure only. So, ito yung, yan. So, have your point 2 here. You have your point 1 here. Then, and the exhaust pressure would be okay, masyado palang maliit. Ulitin natin. Sorry. Dito ko na lang ilagay. Yan. Okay. So you have your 8 megapascal here. Reheat at 480. So you have your 0.1 here. Then you have your 0.83. Hindi natin alam kung ano yung kanyang reheating temperature. So this would be your 0.2. Then, yung 0.3 mo, yung pagbalik na temperature. Ito yung hinahanap din natin at 0.3. What is the temperature of reheat? Then, papunta siya sa 4, which is your condenser. Papunta siya sa 5, which is yung pump. And papunta siya sa 6, sa subcooled na, which is yung 6 boiler. Papunta na ulit sa yung reheat temperature. So ito ay 0.07007 megapascal. So that's it. That is your this is how to draw your TS diagram. Now let's try to solve. Una, isa-isa tayo at 0.1 muna. At 0.1, P equals, ang pressure mo is 8 megapascal. Temperature mo is 480 degree Celsius. Now, you check sa table 1 muna kung siya ba ay saturated temperature o saturated pressure. Kapag hindi, so you therefore conclude that T is greater than, that this temperature is greater than your Tsat. Kapag greater than ng Tsat, therefore, this is superheated vapor. So, dun ka pupunta sa table 3. Ano? Next. At table 3, you get the H1. H1 is equivalent to 8.4 kilojoule per kilogram, and your S1 is equivalent to 6.6586 kilojoule per kilogram at 8 megapascal and 480 degree Celsius. Now, at 0.2 naman tayo. At 0.2, your pressure, ito na 0.2, your pressure at 0.83 megapascal. Now, you check kung siya ba ay superheated or not. Since the process is isentropic, therefore, your S1 equals your S2. Kasi nag-expand daw isentropically. So, your S1 is 6.6586 then equals S2. Then you check at pressure 0.83, punta sa table 2, hanap si 0.83 megapascal and ano yung katambal niya na entropy? Enthalpy. Kung mas mababa, ako mas mataas, therefore S equals SG. Hanapin mo doon yung G. Therefore, it is superheated. Mas mataas itong entropy mo din. So, superheated pa rin siya. So, tama yung ating ginawa na doon. Next. So, you locate. at 83 megapascal. Sorry. Aha. You locate ito, sorry. You locate itong wait lang. Yan. Burahin natin. You find the value of H pala doon sa point 2. So you have a triple interpolation pagka-visit mo doon. I-resign natin to. Lagay natin dito. Now, first table at 82 megapascal. Why? Bakit ka mag-i-interpolate? Kasi dito, ba't di ka dito nag-interpolate? Kasi you have your 480 and your 8 megapascal. Dito, meron ka palang is 6. Is yung S1, which is equivalent to your S2. So you're going to triple interpolate. Or you're going to interpolate. At 82 megapascal, anong makikita nating S dyan? We have 6.6462. You have 6.6586. Yung hinahanap natin, yung ating given, you have 6.6739. Anong equivalent niyang H? 2766.5 277 sorry. Ito yung hinahanap natin na X. Dito yung 2778.9. So ito, hanapin mo to at 0.82. Ano yung pinagigit natin itong value? Pinagigit natin nitong value is 6.6162 and 6.6739. Then you interpolate. Upon interpolation, you have X equals to 277 to 0.050903. Next, for your at 84 naman na pressure, 84 megapascal. So you have 6.63. You have 6.6586. You have 6.6602. And your H will be 2765 pala, sorry. Then you have your X here and 2777.4. Then upon interpolating, your X here at 84 megapascal is 277.688889. Now, so meron ka ng value niyan. Next. So we're going to solve na yung H2. H2 is equal to 2772 0.05 0.903 plus 2776.68 divided by all over 2, which is yung H2 mo is equal to 2774.369896 kilojoule per kilogram. Okay, now, at pressure 5, at 0.5 naman muna tayo. Dilitin ko muna to. Now, at 0.5, we have pressure equals 0.007 megapascal. Your HF at 5 is 163.4. And your VF is equivalent to 0.00104 cubic meter per kilogram. Now, we can solve now for the work ng pump. Work ng pump, V5, P6 minus P5. Your V5 is equivalent to 0.0010074 ito ay 74 ha. 74. Multiply by your pressure. Ano ba yung pressure natin? 8,000 minus 7. You convert that, yung megapascal to kilopascal. Equals 8.05214482. Next, at 0.6, you have your H6 equals H5 plus work ng pump. So, you have 163.4 plus yung work ng pump, 8.05214482 equals to 171.4521482 kilojoule per kilogram. Then your work net is equivalent to WT minus WP equals 155.1559 minus 8.052148. 2. Next, your which is equivalent to 1550.94782 kilojoule per kilogram. Now, we have your work net and we have your QA na. You have your work net and we have the EC. Ano? So therefore, makukuha natin yung meron tayong efficiency ng cycle. So we have your work net all over your efficiency ng cycle para makakuha ka ng QA. So your QA work net all over efficiency. So your work net is equal to 1550.947,852 divided by 0.4105. Ito yon, thermal efficiency. Equal to 3778.192087 kilojoule per kilogram. Now, from that QA, makakakuha ka ng H3 na. QA, ano ba formula natin ng QA? Equals H1 minus H6 plus H3 minus H2. So, lagay natin. You have 3778.192087 equals 3348.4 minus 171.45 21,482 plus H3 na hinahanap minus H2. H2 natin is 2774.369896. So therefore, your H3 is equal to 3375.614131 kilojoule per kilogram. Next. So, meron na tayong H3. So, makukuha natin yung temperature na. Paano natin makuha yung temperature? So, pressure at 0.83 megapascal. Now, we locate ito munang H3. We decide kung siya ba ay superheated or saturated. So, at table 2, tingnan natin yung pressure nat pong 8.83. Then, we compare dong pressure na saturated, HG, is mas malaki ba o mas maliit? kapag mas maliit yung Hg din sa H na nakuha natin sa H3, therefore ito si superheated. So upon checking, your H3 is greater than your Hg. So therefore, siya ay superheated at table 2. Next. So ang gagawin natin today, ngayon naman ay to interpolate. Interpolate natin katulad ng ginawa natin kanina. Okay, we interpolate at 82 again. At 0.82, at 0.82 megapascal, we have 337, 3351.7. Yung nakuha natin na enthalpy 3375.614131. I have 3394.4. Sir, saan po makukuha ito? E di ikaw ay punta sa 0.82 na pressure at table 3. Then hanapin mo yung pinagigitnaan nitong nakuha nating H3. Yung gitna niya is 3351.7. Nasa pagitan siya ng 3351.7 and 3394.4. And then you select yung temperature. Ano ang equivalent temperature noon? 440. And then ito ay 460. So upon interpolation, your temperature would be 451.200.9982. Yun yung at 82. Now, at pressure 84 naman tayo. At pressure 84 megapascal. The enthalpy is 3351.4. Yung enthalpy natin na nakuha, 3375.4161. Sorry, 6141 pala. 6141. 31. And then 3394.2. Ang equivalent niya is 440 and 460. So from that, makukuha upon interpolation, your X is 451.3150145. So therefore, ano ba yung kaya di-divide natin siya sa 2 to get yung middle. So yun yung kanyang temperature mismo. So have 451.20. So be very careful sa pagsosolve. Tingnan ninyo at napakaliit ng discrepancy ng dalawang number. Ano, kapag kayo ay, kaya I won't tolerate the answers na naka-truncate na. Ano, so yun yung ating iiwasan. 2009982 divided by 2, which is equivalent to temperature natin is 451.2580064 degree Celsius. And that is your T3. That is the temperature of steam leaving the heater. So yun. Ano? So ganun lang naman, kasimple. You just need to follow the flow of the cycle. At hindi naman kayo mawawala kapag sinunod niyo yung flow. As long as you know the concepts and how to apply those formulas and how to steam balance and enthalpy balance, ay hindi kayo malilito. So if you have questions, you can contact me via my email posted on the description below or in the comment below. So if you want a copy din ng aking lecture, you can message me. You can freely message me on the comment below. So that's it for today. That's it for the topic on the ideal reheat Rankine cycle. Thank you and God bless.